rebooting.
You're,
Or it doesn't actually reboot. It goes into a locked state in the middle of anything. You know, because
so
I can use the, with the iPhone 6, you can use your thumb to put in the screen code,
so your
right?
iPhone doesn't work as it's designed to? I am shocked.
You could be in, this has never happened before, but I could be in almost anything and suddenly it kind of spins, goes black, spins, and then it wants the lock code.
Well, you have
And
Apple.
it'll take the thumb, because if you reboot, then it won't take the thumb. You have to put in the full code.
Right. Okay. Well,
So
you
actually, I'm going to reboot that now,
well
motherfucker.
you have Apple Care, right?
I actually have the Verizon's version of it. Apple Care would be expired by now.
Apple. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. This is the third one of this model. Two of them were free.
I see.
Because this is the 6 Plus that had the bendy issue. Although it was really actually there's a bendy issue, and then there's the screen issue where the screen goes dead on you.
Other than that, it's perfectly fine.
So that replaced the first phone. The second phone I replaced when the battery was dead or nearly dead, and this is getting to the point where I gotta plug it in because actually I gotta restart it again because I just shut the damn thing off to actually do a full reboot. There we go. We got the nice white screen with the Apple logo.
Yes. Now I gotta figure out.
Unfortunately, I'm really stuck with iOS because I like the features better than Android. Of course, did you see that? Did I tweet you that article about Google and Chrome?
Well,
I think it was yesterday. The motherfuckers. It was a article on
how Google is evil, and I was just shocked, and it was I completely caught me by surprise. Very earth-shattering, groundbreaking stuff that we had no clue about, and no, I didn't see anything all that shocking or earth-shattering.
Yeah, right. Although it did suggest to go back to Firefox, or you could use Edge. Use Edge. Wouldn't that be funny?
It's like, all right, who do you want to track your data, Microsoft or Google? Pick your poison. Whatever. You know what? I really don't care.
Yeah, but Firefox actually is not too bad. Now, have you tried the DuckDuckGo browser?
I have tried the DuckDuckGo browser, and I generally just don't go to it because it's not a verb. You don't ever say, let me DuckDuckGo that. But I did like DuckDuckGoose in nursery school.
Yeah, but do you use DuckDuckGo, really? I mean, seriously.
I don't use it seriously. And
but you have tried it. You have tried it, though.
DuckGoose is the correct way to go.
DuckDuckGoose is the best way to browse the internet. You just
I might be too old for DuckDuckGoose.
Well, you go around a circle, you pat everyone in the head, you go duck, 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 and I always lost. I couldn't run very fast. Always lost.
Until you break the shins of somebody before they get up.
Oh, like the Tanya Harding method.
Mm-hmm. Tanya Harding method.
Why me?
Hobble them.
I remember when I was in high school, we would have student council elections, and one guy. It was the year that whole thing happened with the why me. Yeah. So this guy's giving his campaign speech for the election, and one of his friends comes up behind him while he's giving the speech, and kind of mimics the whole kind of, and he goes, "Why me? Hey, why not?" So that was a
exactly.
real classy campaign speech right there, making light of current events and up on the times, you know. So, but we are here once
Yes,
again.
I see we went live.
You were here a whole minute late, so we just boom live.
Jumped right in. So I
and
could
we
have
are-
said something very embarrassing at the very beginning. When
Now-
I
now
jumped on.
The question is, will we get to the show name before the end of the song?
What is the show name?
I'm glad you asked that, Gothard, because this is the show that is called
Insert title here.
the show that changes names so frequently. We put a placeholder in, and we have insert name for our co-host, and we got muted co-host over there. And
Insert name. All right. Hey,
yes,
do we just call you insert or call you name?
Just
we'll call you
just say
IN for
whatever.
short.
In, yes.
In. That's in. Not Ian. In.
Nice.
But and Sparky Toaster is in the room, saying yo yo yo. I prefer Santa track me.
Hey, Sparky.
Well, Santa uses Google. I think Google lets Santa into their data to check if you're naughty and you're nice, and that's why your parents have to leave presents, because Santa knows what we're all doing on the internet. And he's not angry. He's just very disappointed. But that's okay.
Disappointed Santa.
Disappointed Santa looking at all our browsing histories. Going, wow, that's a lot of porn. But we are live. Are you
wonder how he
live? We
feels
are
about-
live.
Porn that involves somebody having fun with a Santa.
I've seen porns like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've
And
seen.
then-
Okay, so I'm
Well,
going
that's a very-
I'm going into the stream and I'm looking at this ad and I have no idea what it is. Black guy at a computer screen. There's a thing on the wall, poster on the wall.
Brought to you
got
by a
this
black guy with a
pink-
poster.
And then there's he was in a pink cowboy outfit that was all blingy. Oh, it's Logitech.
Okay. So this week we are brought to you by Logitech. Logitech. This is a Logitech keyboard right here, actually.
My very first
And,
mouse was a
the mouse.
Logitech mouse, and it was that cigarette pack style square thing,
Oh, the square thing. Yeah, those are great.
or I should say rectangular,
Well,
with 3 buttons on it. And I got it because they have 3 buttons rather than just 2.
because 3 buttons are better than 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not that
Well-
people knew what to do with the 3rd button, but
Well, you use that to open up links in a separate window or tab, but they didn't have tabs back then.
that's right. That was before there were windows.
And speaking of before Windows, so I have decided to go ahead and pull the trigger, and I will be building a new computer because it is time to. This computer is the current build is actually 6 years old at this point, and the processor's older than that because it was 6 years ago I bought the replacement motherboard after the motherboard that was 2 years old at that point died. So. Yeah, I pulled the trigger on the motherboard and the processor. I found a used video card on eBay that meets my spec requirements that the seller assures me wasn't used for bit mining. And why would anyone lie on eBay that's selling a video card? The account appears to be an individual that's not selling a bunch of used bit mining equipment. So I'm not seeing any red flags. But also buyer protection is pretty good on eBay. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm gonna, it's time for another build. So I got that to look, and I got a free Oculus Rift because the Oculus Rift, a VR headset, Oculus Rift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My father-in-law, he upgraded to the Oculus Rift S. So he asked if anyone wants his old Oculus Rift that he's get rid of. And I said, well, how much? He said, well, the family discount is free. And I said, hell yeah, bring it over.
Family discount is free.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got a free Oculus Rift.
He comes from New Jersey, remember?
Oh,
Yeah, but
I didn't think of that.
But that family's from all over.
I know. I'm just
The Jersey family
Looks like
discount.
The family.
It's
the family.
The family. The Jersey
The
family
family.
discount. That's free. When you work in the waste disposal business, you find a lot of free stuff. It's called dumpster diving. And it was a great Saturday afternoon pastime. If you had to be working a Saturday out in the garbage yard, you might as well take a stroll through the roll-off boxes and see what people got rid of that were moving. The roll-off boxes were great because someone orders one of the small dumpsters when they're cleaning house to move, and they're throwing out working TVs and stereo systems and all the 8-tracks they had in the basement and boxes of records, and oh my God, you could clean up there. It's great.
Oh, I know. I've had to move before and got a roll-off dumpster.
So Brian, you're starting to say?
Yeah, are you up in Deep Space Nine episodes yet to get to the part where you're seeing this character Vic in the holodeck?
No, I've not gotten that far.
He's that singer guy.
No, we're in the first season. I've watched.
Oh, first season still.
Yeah, we're still in the first season. Well, I watch one episode of Star Trek a week, and we alternate between Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, right,
and Next Generation
and
because
we're
watching
to get them right.
Well, I keep up 2 Wikipedia tabs on my laptop so I could, because sometimes you got to watch 2 in a row.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We're doing air date. Yeah, so we're watching Deep Space Nine and Next Generation air date.
Anyway, so there's an episode so there's a singer that has a whole holodeck suite, which is kind of like a Frank Sinatra character.
Okay.
And you get the hint that he's singing at a casino. You get the idea that a mob is involved, right?
A virtual
and actually,
mob.
His casino is bought out by this Mog from, guess where? New Jersey.
Of course.
So New Jersey's still a thing in the Star Trek universe
24th century or whatever it is.
Well, I mean, it's Jersey. They'll last to the end of time.
Right.
We're long lasting like that. But Sparky Toaster wants to know if I had any food delivery issues in the past week. He wants a part 3 to the part 1 and 2. Well, no, we ordered. Well, I've been doing the thing where I'm still doing the whole meatless Fridays during Lent thing because why not? May as well eat more pizza.
Is fish allowed during meatless?
Fish is allowed. Fish does not count as meat if you're Catholic.
After all,
now,
you need to visit Maine.
And does the Pope still want you to eat fish on Friday anyway?
Well, here's the thing I found out that's interesting. It used to be in olden times that you didn't eat meat on Friday except for fish, period. And it was some kind of a like weekly atonement type of thing to make the sacrifice of meat of not eating meat on Friday. And it turns out that technically the rule wasn't eliminated; it was just changed. That you were allowed to trade something else as a sacrifice during the week in exchange for not eating meat on Fridays. It's just that most Catholics forgot about the whole part about doing something else instead as a sacrifice instead of not eating meat, and they just said, "Well, they lifted the rule! Huzzah! Steaks on Friday!" So, interesting.
When did that change?
Oh, before I was born, because I grew up with that only being a rule during Lent.
Now, you went to a public school or a private school?
I went to
Catholic school.
I went to public school up to 5th grade and Catholic school 6th through high school.
And when you're in public school, did they serve fish on Friday?
Well, Friday was always rectangle pizza day, so that wasn't an issue.
Rectangle pizza.
Yeah, rectangle pizza came in a little cardboard box with the holes in the side of it. It kind of tasted like pizza. Yeah.
Holy crap!
After you
when I
eat
went to
cafeteria
school,
pizza, eat the box because it tastes the same.
Yeah, right, exactly. we got nothing in a box. Well, of course, then again, I don't recall. No, we did get pizza once in a while, but they put it on a plate, not in a box.
Well, we had trays, but the pizza was in a box that they would put on the entree portion of the tray, and you get your carton of
entree
milk.
Portion? You mean there were divisions?
Yeah, they had like the styrofoam trays with divisions. So you had like the entree part.
Styrofoam.
Yeah.
See, our trays were reusable, and they didn't have divisions. You put a plate on it, and on the plate was food, like you were a human.
That was my high school cafeteria situation. I'm talking grade school in the public schools. It was these little styrofoam trays. Put the entree on, little cup of fruit, milk carton. You had little squares.
So in my experience, I was public school from kindergarten through graduation, right? Always public school. And we always had fish on Friday. And it was usually fish sticks. Now, most people hate fish sticks, but somehow I got something wrong with me. Because I actually liked them.
Well, fish sticks.
I looked forward to fish sticks.
I don't understand. People hate fish sticks. What's there to hate about deep fried goodness and tartar sauce?
But you could get really lousy ones, and I do like tartar sauce too. My wife doesn't like tartar sauce at all. She thinks it's gross and disgusting.
So she prefers the cocktail sauce.
Well, we never have fish sticks, so we wouldn't go. That would be for shrimp.
Well, yeah, that works for fish sticks
cocktail,
too.
Yeah. Well, I know. But
generally, if you're dipping fried seafood, you're dipping it in cocktail sauce or tartar sauce. So you're the tartar sauce guy. Your wife's the cocktail sauce person.
I would say that's got to be true.
There you go. There's two types of people in this world.
Even if it's deep fried scallops.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love tartar sauce with the scallops. Oh, deep fried scallops, tartar sauce.
But see, I could go either way. Although shrimp is definitely cocktail sauce.
Well,
yes.
Well, fried shrimp, I'll do the tartar sauce, but like a shrimp cocktail, I'll do the cocktail sauce.
Yes.
Sparky Toast writing in. I just put ketchup on fish sticks. Don't judge me.
Just stick some horseradish in it.
I am so glad that you add the "don't judge me" part because I was ready to.
But the whole point of this is that with the whole Meatless Friday thing, Kristen and I have been looking for like a decent pizza place that delivers pizza to do our traditional Friday pizza dinner.
Now, when you say Meatless Friday and pizza is allowed, does that mean that your pizza will have pepperoni on it?
Well, that would not be meatless.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What is allowed as the toppings?
Fish
or is
sticks.
It just like cheese and fish sticks pizza?
There you go.
Fuck. Whoops, did I say that out loud?
Cheese
We're trying
pizza.
To be less sweary on this show.
Extra cheese, garlic. If you like vegetables on your pizza, that's fine as well. But yeah, well, that's the thing. Growing up, we had pizza every Friday for dinner, period. And a lot of times we would have sausage or pepperoni. But during Lent, we would have to just have cheese pizza or extra cheese pizza. And I always
you could have cheese with bell peppers.
We never
with onions.
But
with mushrooms, although you hate that.
Well, my dad would get the mushrooms. We never did the bell pepper.
Your dad would like mushrooms.
Yeah, he likes the mushrooms on the pizza, and it always pissed me off because whenever he would order like a half and half mushroom sausage pizza, I'd always have to inspect the edge of my slice because the mushrooms would start slipping over into my sausage slice.
Well, they are slippery.
Yeah, and they're disgusting.
No,
who wants
like
that?
Mushrooms.
No,
I do.
No fungus on pizza. I'll take pineapple on my pizza before fungus.
Hmm.
Not that there's anything wrong with pineapple on pizza, but anyways, the point is that I found the perfect Friday order in during Lent dinner, and that is delivery sushi.
Oh, perfect.
Wow.
There we go. So there we go. That is the new dinner of choice for.
Is the sushi any good?
Yeah, very good.
Getting it from you, I don't even know why I asked the question. Because
Yeah.
from you, I doubt it.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
We've eaten sushi. You've taken me to good sushi places.
Yeah, but that was in the Bay Area.
Yeah, there's good
Can you
sushi
get
places here
decent sushi
too.
out there?
Keep in mind, I am on a coastal state still, so I ain't ordering sushi in Wichita. Come on now.
He's right next to.
Oh,
Providence,
see,
Rhode
oh, see,
Island.
you just proved my point.
And Private Dude writing in F ** K no. So dude,
Now, does that still considered as being sweary?
we if we are anything, we are sweary here. That is
Okay. I thought we were going to reform for lunch. Yeah. Lent.
for lunch. No. We're just gonna eat
See,
fish.
I'm not a Catholic.
We're
so
just
I got
eating
the word wrong.
sushi on Fridays. That's all that we have to do. And I think I don't think that the mandatory mass has come back yet. Because this past COVID, it's been the obligation's been lifted because of social distancing. So I don't know when I have to start going back, but I don't know. We'll figure that out.
I'll be vaccinated by the end of the month.
Yay!
Yay!
And then you got to come down here and
Which one are you getting?
I'm getting Moderna.
So you got your number one coming, or are you doing number two?
I'm doing number 2 at the end of the month.
End of March then.
Yep.
So you're ahead of me because my second one is the first week in March. I mean April.
Okay.
April, yes.
So you got your first one.
Early this month.
Yep.
You know what? Dune just brought up something that we had to go to the web for. Dune's saying, I'm pretty sure you can have lamb. Now, we never ate lamb in our house growing up, so I don't know what the ruling is on lamb on Fridays in Lent, so I Googled
I thought
it.
lamb was a popular Easter dinner.
That's an Easter dinner, but I don't think it's a... All right, Ash Wednesday is the first day of Lent, religious season, millions of people will choose to give up, so blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's nice. That's not obligated. Catholics will avoid meat, including beef, pork, chicken, ham, and lamb on Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, and other Fridays during Lent. However, fish and animal products like egg and milk are allowed. So, the lamb is a no-go.
So thanks, Stu. We had to look it up, and you're wrong. Do I get that right?
But I've also found that there's variations of that, and I'm not familiar with what the variations are, and if those are legit.
Should we check with Mel Gibson because he's the true Catholic, right?
No, he's the movie maker, but that's one movie I don't need to see again.
So you can have a crab meat quiche on.
Which one?
Yeah.
His Passion, whatever you call it.
That was not an enjoyable movie. I
didn't even watch it. I've seen bits of it when it's displayed, shown on TV, but I kind of go, you know what? I'm not going to read the subtitles.
How long was that movie? And basically, the entire movie consists of just watching a guy being tortured. It was.
Well, I mean, that's the whole Passion scene, right?
Yeah, well, and I knew that. Going in. I want to see it for one reason. For
just
two
in
reasons.
case, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
He dies.
No, he lives.
Oh, there was a really funny nativity scene I saw recently where, you got Mary and Joseph and the baby and whatever.
Right.
And in the manger scene, there is the hut, whatever you call it, as a cross with Jesus on the cross. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, no, that's the wrong. That's the.
Yeah. Why would you have that in there?
You
This
got
is
your
for
baby
Christmas,
Jesus
not
and
for-
your crucifix mixed up, but no, there is a story to why I went and saw The Passion of the Christ, because I had no desire to see
You
it.
winced to
because-
see it.
Yeah, and
Paid in the theater.
and I didn't even get popcorn.
Oh, because you were giving that up for Lent.
No, because we got there late. Because, all right, so I have a friend. His name is Daryl. He's got
So
a brother
the choice
named
was
Daryl.
there was either to get the popcorn and the drink, or go pee,
No.
and you decide I'd better go pee.
Well, here, Brian, this is a story that I'll have to explain. And you could play 20 guesses along the way, but
Remember, okay, so the new rule, which I posted as a text,
no, you
was
don't need to mute. You don't
you
need
can
to mute.
either mute me or unmute me.
I don't
Just to
care
let
enough
you
about
know.
this story. If you want this story to take the next 90 minutes, I'm perfectly fine with that.
And anybody in the chat can say, "Oh, mute,"
I think
or
they're all gonna.
unmute, in case you want to have a mute war.
I think they're gonna try to.
See,
mute
this is
me.
the whole new game. We're taking it to the next level.
So I was hanging. I had a drinking buddy in Jersey named Daryl, and he had a girlfriend. And
Drinking buddy took you to the Passion. No,
Well,
I'm
no.
sorry. Go ahead.
no, my drinking buddy's girlfriend took us both to the Passion.
Oh, because
Now-
you needed to get a little religion.
Well, she didn't understand what the Passion meant
Oh,
because she wasn't Catholic, but
I
me
think
and my
I
drinking
think the
buddy
description-
were.
I think the answer could have been much quicker, much easier, just described in like 3 sentences.
She thought it was a Life and Times of Jesus type movie, is what she was expecting. She didn't realize that it was 3
That this is
hours of
just
watching a man being beaten
Being
to
tortured.
death. Right. So she Daryl and I, we both went to Catholic school. We both were brought up Catholic. We knew what this movie was. We knew we didn't want to see it. And so we're sitting there.
And you didn't really want to watch the subtitles.
But now, mind you, Daryl's girlfriend had kids, and the kids were away for the weekend. So it's like we could go see a movie, and she's like, "I really want to go see that Passion of the Christ movie." And me and Daryl are like, "Why do you want to see that?" She's like, "Well, he was a really good man, and he had a really good message for people, and I'd really like to see that movie." And we're like, "Dude, it's not going to be an enjoyable movie." She's like, "No, let's go see it. Oh, you never take me anywhere."
In fact, did he actually have some of his better quotes in that movie at all?
No. I think most of his
he was
quotes
a
were along the
really
lines
good
of,
man,
"Arr!
but they're not gonna talk about that in the movie.
I think those were the quotes in there. So of course, she wins. But of course, she's running late. So we get to the theater for the last showing of the evening. They've already closed the concession counter.
Man, you didn't even have a choice.
I made sure to pound as many beers as I could before we left for the theater, because I'm like, I'm going to need to be drunk to get through this.
So you're halfway through, and you really got to pee.
I'm going to go pee for another
See, I'm
hour.
already breaking your story open.
I'll meet you in the parking lot after I'm done peeing.
So, how long was it before it was, holy Batman, this is a snuff film?
Well,
oh my gosh.
when we left the
Mr. No
movie,
Name.
when we left the movie in dead silence, we get to the parking lot. And she's like, "How come they didn't show any other parts of his life?" And me and Daryl were like, "That's what the Passion is. That's what it."
You saw what the thing is about.
We tried to tell you what this was gonna be.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So yeah, none of us were very happy, and so then we went back to his place and got drunk because that's what we needed after that. I was
Right.
disappointed though that they didn't have the alternate endings available on the DVD version. But
Wait a minute, there's alternate endings?
well, most DVDs have alternate endings, right?
Right. I thought that was only for the movie Clue. Clue. Based on the board game.
Oh no! What was the other one that there was one movie that had a really bad alternate ending? That what was it? Sweet Home Alabama, I think, had like this alternate ending where you think that the character died, and then it's like, gotcha, she's alive, and it went over so horrible with test audiences that they completely redid the ending. And but Five Hit Dune pointing out that what we needed was even more Jesus, which is a new beer that Dune discovered at his local liquor store.
Oh, I saw that post.
Yes.
On Twitter. It's like Dune. That was awesome. I don't know where that came from, but that was good.
Dude, what? Let it be known, the views of Johnny. What, you didn't like my joke about the alternate endings to the Passion of the Christ? That's a standard joke I've gone to for many years, and I've not been struck by lightning yet.
Of course, you stay inside a lot.
Well,
and maybe that's the reason. Other than your, I hate to say it, your great fear of bees, which now we have a patron saint for.
I hated outdoor class.
Always bees. Wonderful.
But apparently Saint Isidore,
bees in those bushes.
Saint Isidore, who was the patron saint of the internet, computer nerds, computer programmers, et cetera, which we are all into, also had a thing with beehives. I don't know what that's about because I'm not Catholic. Maybe you guys could explain it to me.
Well,
what's the deal with the bees?
I don't,
Were you aware of this before? Do you know who?
I'm aware that they have patron saints for just about everything. So,
yeah, Wikipedia has a list.
And I mean, like the patron saint for chefs is the saint that was burned alive.
So, in case you want burnt food,
right?
The chef that's into that patron saint.
There's some warped sense of humor there when it comes to the whole patron saint thing.
Of course. And what's the one that you have to bury upside down in your yard when you sell your house?
Oh, I think that's either I think that's a Saint Joseph statue. You bury a Saint Joseph statue facing away from the house upside down, and supposedly that will help sell the house. And
was he murdered upside down?
No, that was Saint
Paul, Saint Peter. I mean,
Saint Peter was upside down. Saint Andrew was on an X because everyone had to be different. But
sure.
Now Sparky Toaster writing in, bees hurt when they sting you. That's enough of a reason to stay away from them. I agree. See, I am intelligent. I am smart. Everyone thought I looked like a fool running around the campus in the middle of outdoor class. A handful of times. I have.
Well, but I mean, there's healthy respect versus out and out sheer terror. And
tomato.
No, it's completely different.
Well, I
understand the whole thing. That's not me. I just stay away from them. The interesting have you ever been stung? As far as you know?
Yeah, I have.
I know people that have never been stung that have that same fear.
Well, I developed the fear before I was stung, and being stung certainly hasn't helped. But basically,
see, I think that fears are normal, right?
Right.
And you figure out how to deal with them.
I found my way to deal with them. I stay away from the bees. That's how I deal with it.
You run like a scaredy cat.
That's how you stay away from the bees.
It's basically you take video of gators and you put yakety sax to it, and it's just about right.
I'm fine with that, but as long as You go right ahead and you do that, and I'm going to stay away from the bees over there, and there, and there, and those things fly all over the damn place. You can't chase them sometimes.
I do.
What's really
I do
bad
remember
is
the-
yellow jackets because they'll sting you just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I know. I ran over a ground hornet yellow jacket thing once with the riding lawnmower in that.
Oh,
Lawn.
yeah. That was
Well,
a
it was-
mistake.
Well, I didn't know it was there,
I know.
and
I know.
and so that all of a sudden I feel one. I put the lawnmower in the fastest gear it will go and went in a straight line as far away from where I was as possible.
Yeah.
Turned off the lawnmower, walked next door, knocked on my neighbor's door, who was an exterminator, and came back with a can of like death spray, and I killed them all immediately. I was like,
It was a Holocaust. You
Well,
sting me, I'll take your whole family out.
Yep.
And I'm on board with this. This is A-OK.
And
Um,
subsequently,
Now, if you have regular honeybees,
hmm,
what you do is you find a beekeeper that will come and get them
yeah,
because he's happy to take them.
he could have them.
yeah,
Dune writing in them. Shooting a firearm at a wasp is overkill. Me. What's your point?
Well, what
Um,
you want to do is use a shotgun with bird pellets, bird pellets,
Bird
so they're
pellet.
really small, so you can get as many that are in the blast zone.
Oh, there you go. I think a flamethrower works too.
yes, a flamethrower is more effective.
I exactly. Burn it to the ground. Sparky Toast writing in, I once mowed grass over top a bee hole in the ground and got stung by lots of them. Same as insert name. I had to go to the hospital due to it. Had trouble breathing. When I
that
got
sucks.
back home, I poured gas in the hole and lit it. Problem taken care of. Oh,
Right.
you get the applause for that one. That is job well done.
We had a nest of ground yellow jackets right next to the back door. And before I could mark it, we had workers that were in the house that got stung. It's like, shit,
Yeah.
I didn't get that marked in time.
Oh well.
I felt bad, but
Well,
let
mark
me put
it.
it this way. We didn't get sued.
Mark it. Why bother wasting time? Mark it. Sparky Toaster had the answer. Gasoline and a batch.
Okay, so we didn't want to kill the plants that were there.
You can
And
you
it
can
was
plant new
this
plants.
far from the house.
You could build a new house.
Yeah, can you explain that on the insurance form? Well,
Well,
let's see.
it makes
we
it
have a problem
easier to
with
get the
these
car
yellow
you built
jackets.
in the living room out.
I'm telling you, if I work for an insurance claim company and I got the one in that was like, reason for house burning down, bee's nest, approved. It's like, yeah, I
After you have
understand
a good-
that
After you
checks
have
out.
a good laugh.
Justified.
Justified, but man, I laughed my ass off.
Well, so here's what happened. My mom fancied having flower beds and plants in front of the house, but she didn't fancy upkeeping them. She was self-described as having a black thumb. So we had these, you put these like stones, and you remember the flower beds in front of the house at Hillsborough. There was all these like stones.
No, I
with
don't.
Well, Gothard does.
Oh, Gothard.
Gothard's been there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes. So, they had the kind of
Mr. No Name.
the stones, and you fill it with the dirt, and I think there's like a few little bushes and some trees and some flower beds that were planted. And then my mom thought that what would help is to plant some what's that called? What's that plant called that's good at keeping weeds down? Pachysandra, I think was what that was called. And
Boxer Sand.
no, Pachysandra.
Okay. I don't know
And-
what that is.
But my mom didn't get enough Pachysandra to really completely keep all the weeds down or cover the whole flower beds. So anytime we were having company over, my mom would go into cleaning mode. And when my mom would go into cleaning mode, she'd make all of us do the cleaning. and bark the orders at us. That's how moms clean.
That's what moms are. That's what moms are good for.
You vacuum that room. You do the dishes. Are your rooms clean? We'll close the doors to them at least. And go, weed the flowers. The flower beds haven't been weeded in like 3 years, Mom. There's more weeds than flower. Well, you better get started then. With the prickly ones, well, there's gloves in the garage. Well, they have holes in them, and the pricklies pull through the. Shut up and go weed the garden. So we're out
Go up
there.
to Home Depot and get some new gloves.
This was before I had a driver's license.
Well,
So
you had a bicycle, right?
there wasn't a hardware store within bike riding distance, reasonably so. So we're out in the garden, we're weeding. We got like the metal claw thing and the shovel, trying to uproot them and pull them, and they're trying to stay in the dirt. They're clinging on for dear life, and we're working our way towards like the very end, and we get to the end, and someone knocks a rock over, and the rock underneath it is covered in ants, and I'm like, ugh. And so
sound.
And so I stomp on the ants to kill them. Unfortunately, what I didn't realize was underneath that rock was where the bee's nest was.
So the bees were actually protecting you from the ants were protecting you from the bees.
The ants were protecting me from the bees. I was killing the ants, and the bees didn't take kindly to that. And so one of them got me on the hand, and I'm like, what the heck? And I look down, and I see between two cracks in the rocks, they're all. And so I run off, and they got me on the leg again as I ran off. Only 2 stings from the swarm, so that's not too bad. And they're getting in my next door neighbor's hair. They get my brother's boots, and he's kicking his boot off. We're all running around screaming. We're like, bees,
Thanks,
bees,
Mom.
bees.
Thanks,
and
Mom.
my mom hears this, and she's like, oh, those idiot kids. They saw one bee, and they think they're going to get out of weeding the garden because of that. So she's like coming out there like, what's all the ruckus about? Get back to, and then she sees the swarm of bees around the other. It's like, oh, never mind. Job done.
I'm getting the gasoline.
And the match.
And that was that. Dune pointing out that being stupid is covered by most insurance.
Nice to know.
And Sparky Toaster say being stupid covered by most government provided programs. And Dune sends us a YouTube link. So I think we have to bring that up now is what I need to do. So let me go click on the link and see what we got here. I'm guessing this is a video of a guy that's gonna need to burn down his house. So let's screen share here and see what we got. Let's see. I like the title of this already. Man blows up his back garden. Is there no sound on this? Oh, I guess there is. Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess the first match didn't take. You gotta like that, leaning in, throw, and get back real quick.
Oh my!
That took care of the problem. I think the bees are dead.
Hey, so that's how you tell your garden in the spring.
Hey, see, multi-purpose.
That is what you call a job well done. Right there.
What did he fill? A giant gopher hole or something?
I don't. Man blows up his back garden. Let's see if there's anything in the comments here. Let's see. Check bottom left screen. It survived and is making a run for it. Dog looks on in amusement as he throws matches. After lawn blows, dogs are thinking, hey, bruh, don't be blaming us for ruining your lawn this time. How to till a garden in 30 seconds. What a shame there is no sound. I like the spider or bug or whatever crawling up the porch and then hauling us out of there once the explosion hits. I didn't see that. We gotta watch this again, I think. Oh, there is a bug. That is impressive. Thank you, Dune. That was that was worth it. That was
So several months ago, a friend of mine in Connecticut replaced his back deck, and just for fun, he got a skeleton, from one of these Halloween stores to put in the back underneath the deck, the new deck.
right.
Right? Cool, huh?
Yeah, sounds
Might have
cool.
given him a name. And then just recently, he's decided he's going to do his front porch.
Of
And he
course.
says, "Oh, you going to get another skeleton for that?" No, it's going to go in concrete. So I go, Jimmy Hoffa.
Well, here's how we bring both your stories full circle.
Yeah.
The skeleton we got was that we have at Halloween is missing a couple limbs because Mike got it from dumpster diving behind the hospital.
No. Oh.
Wait, so that's a real skeleton.
It's not. It's made from a real skeleton. A lot of those are just
Plaster
They're-
cast.
plaster cast from real skeletons and then so that you can, but they're anatomically perfect because they're molded
They're
from
molded
a real
from
skeleton.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparky Toaster right again. That guy in the video was wearing sandals. He should not do work around the home.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean I wear sandals around the house, but when I go out in the yard to blow up the lawn, I always put shoes on for that. When the explosives come out, I put shoes on. When I need to go on up steps, I put shoes on. Now I don't put shoes on to
In
do laundry.
Houston, when you would go outside, you always had shoes on
Hmm.
because we had fire ants. That's
Oh.
the combination of bees and ants.
Yeah.
Because when they sting you, it burns like hell. Hence, fire ants.
Fire ants. Yep.
And they're not like sting. Sting, a bee, when they sting you, that's the end of it. That kills them as well.
Well, it
they get
depends
one
on the
shot.
bee.
Well, yeah,
That-
yeah.
that-
Your yellow jacks can sting multiple times, but your regular honeybee can sting once.
Yeah. No, the assholes
And
with
these
wings
fire ants,
can
of course,
keep
are
stinging.
biting you
Yeah.
and injecting poison, and they can just keep doing that. And they're very aggressive. You don't play around with in fact, you see an individual fire ant, you don't want to pick it up and pet it or anything.
No, and that would.
Oh, great! And they're also tiny.
They make horrible pets.
And I thought, being in Houston, well, so there's two things that you get in Houston. Because they
Country and Western.
country and Western. That's right.
Those are both
The
guys you get. in Houston.
country fire ants, I think, are probably South America.
Okay.
And the other is termites. And of course, houses are made of wood in Houston. It's not, do you have termites or are you getting them? Okay.
Hmm.
And I was hoping that because I did have fire ants, that maybe I wouldn't have termites.
That the fire ants.
No,
would
they don't
ward
actually
off.
give a crap of the others around.
It's a party. We all going to celebrate together.
That's right. One's going after wood, and the other was going after your feet.
Yeah. Now Sparky Toaster wants to know: do you fight fire with fire when fighting fire ants? Oh, if you do-
Depends on how close you are. If they're in your house, I would say no. That would be an awkward form to fill out for your insurance.
we've covered this already. I say approved.
Yes.
I've-
Well, there are other things you can do with fire ants, or for fire ants. There's various poisons.
You can
and
fire
crap.
them. You can look at them and go,
Yes.
you're fired, and then
Yes.
they pack up their stuff and they leave. But yeah. Byron Lee writing in, I locked up my bike against a pole once. I just disturbed a bunch of fire ants when I went to go unlock it. That kind of sucked. Kind of sucked? Yeah, that would
Totally
suck.
sucked.
That sucks. But Yeah, I didn't come here to talk about bees. Though. This is great.
Well, we were talking about the patron saint
The patron saint of bees. Now, is it the patron
and
saint?
computer nerds.
Now, does the patron saint of bees mean that a patron saint to protect bees, or the patron saint
See,
to protect us
and actually,
against bees?
I suspect. Okay, so Saint Isidore, and we can look this up. The patron saint of computers, the internet, anything technical like that. Probably mathematics and other fields, right? But it also happens to be that it was a beekeeper, meaning that he was an expert at bees.
Oh, okay. So he's like the patron saint of beekeepers.
But that wasn't actually listed. I don't
All right.
think. I'd have to look it up again.
Let's read. All right. So Isidore the laborer. Isidore the farm laborer, also known as Isidore the farmer, was a Spanish farm worker known for his piety towards the poor and animals. He is the Catholic patron saint of farmers and of Madrid, El Gobernador, Jalisco, and of La Ceiba, Honduras. His feast day is celebrated May 15th. I don't know if this is the same Isidore, because I'm not seeing anything about bees or technology. Is there a different saint? All right. You know what?
Actually, I have the link in that.
You have the link. Okay.
I sent you a link in the in Twitter.
Oh, and on Twitter. Okay. Well, let's.
I think it was
Twitter.
the other private link to you.
Yeah.
Because there's one that includes venison, and since I knew he wouldn't be interested in this, I sent the other private one that's just you.
Oh, so we're leaving venison off of that one. Even for all we know, venison's still checking
actually,
his DMs.
But
we
also
don't know that he's not.
That's right. But Lulu's on that one as well, and
Right.
he's not checking.
I'm not starting a new chat just because there's a dead guy on the chat. He's still gonna have to check those messages.
You and I had this
yeah.
one going already.
Right.
So
exactly.
This isn't a new one.
Right.
This
is
just
the one-on-one. Okay. Isidore of Seville. Okay, so this is a
different one.
There's the Isidore the laborer and Isidore of Seville. Okay.
The laborer did sound off, so
yeah.
But also
Isidore,
from Spain.
a Spanish scholar and cleric for over 3 decades. He was Archbishop of Seville. He is widely regarded, in the words of 19th century historian Montalembert, as the last scholar of the ancient world. Of course, I've got the Wikipedia article up now that I got the right one. Isidore was one of the last of the ancient Christian philosophers and was contemporary with Maximus the Confessor. He has been called the most learned man of his age by some scholars. Well, let's read your article.
Wicked smart. Wicked smart.
Wicked smart. Yeah, but I don't see anything about the bees.
It's just in the column at the top. Under his name and his birth date and death and whatever.
Okay. Anyways, all right, patron saint of bees. Okay. Let's see. Attributes. Bees. Bishop holding a pen while surrounded by a swarm of bees. Bishop standing near a beehive. Old bishop with a prince at his feet. Pen. Priest or bishop. These are the attributes to him. Okay.
Does it say patron saint of bees?
Well, I've not found
beehives or...
I've not found those specific words, but I do see that he's associated with bees. But I'm not.
And that's kind of what I was getting out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a fun little topic. So I do want to remind everyone, I took a moment to promote this podcast last week, and I'd like to take another moment to promote this podcast this week. If you all might want to check it out if you haven't had a chance to yet. It's Unsung Stories, Women at Columbia's Computer Music Center. It's a podcast that is taking episodes to interview different female electronic composers that were associated with the Columbia Computer Music Center, or the Columbia Princeton Electronic Music Center as it was known in its earlier days. And so far, 2 episodes have been posted. The first episode was an interview with Alice Shields. The second episode that was just posted last week was an interview with Prill Smiley. Both very friendly women that I've spoken to a few times over the years, and they're always very friendly. Alice, what's that called? Screens her calls, but she always picks up when I say, "Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I was called to ask about this." Oh, she picks it up for me. That's always fun. Isn't that fun when you're in the middle of leaving a message and all of a sudden mid-sentence you get cut off because the person picks up the phone? It's like, oh, you were screening me.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was a screening you. I happened to be right there.
I don't think that still happens now though, because everyone leaves voicemails on cell phones and they don't play it out loud while you leave it. So that's a relic from a earlier time when, so she probably doesn't do that anymore because she probably doesn't still have she's probably got a cell phone by now. But back when I called Alice Shields a few times, I would start leaving a message and she'd always pick up mid-message. Prill, I think I spoke with on the phone once or twice, but I've mostly communicated in email to her. So they're 2 interesting interviews. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to post the link in the chat to this podcast, so you could listen to either of the or both of the episodes that are there. And just as an example, last week we played a little bit of Alice Shields' electronic compositions as an example of her style of music. And since the latest episode is Prill Smiley, I figured we'd take a moment to play a little bit of Eclipse in the background, which is one of her 3 fully realized electronic compositions. She did a lot of work with electronic sounds in theater, and she talks some about that in an interview. But she also did 3 fully realized electronic compositions, of which I've only heard 2 of. And so immediately after I listened to the episode, I pulled up my Gmail account and looked up her email address and sent her a friendly little email letting her know how much I enjoyed the interview and how great that was, and how I didn't realize she had composed a 3rd piece, and I can't find a recording of it available anywhere. And she replied back, the piece 43 has not been commercially released. I've been stalling for years. This piece has a key element of contrast between very high-pitched sounds and extremely low-pitched sounds. And I've continued to feel that the composition will lose too much of its basic meaning if heard through typical digital formats. Way too compressed. Maybe I'll give in at some point. So I replied back telling her that she could probably release 24-bit 96 kilohertz digital files of FLAC or WAVE if she made it available through Bandcamp.com. So I wait to hear back on that.
Oh, this is relatively recent.
Yeah, I just I emailed her just after hearing the interview this past week. So hopefully I'll get to hear that 3rd composition of hers soon.
So I'm glad to hear that you're into Bandcamp, because there's a lot of stuff out there, and the musicians actually make the bulk of the money rather than some frickin' producer or record company or whatever.
I mean, of course I'm in the Bandcamp. Where do you think I learned how to play flute? But no one.
You went to Bandcamp.
I know that's a dumb joke.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I went to Bandcamp, and the best night at Bandcamp was Square Dance Night every year. That was the
Square Dance Night.
Square Dance. They had Square Dance Night every year, and it was very popular. People really get into it with their jeans and their flannel shirts and their straw hats.
Where was this?
Camp Bernie. At high school, we would have band camp for a week towards the end of the summer before the school year started, where we would go away to this YMCA camp for a week to basically rehearse all day and learn the routine, and we'd have social activities in the evenings. And so there'd be like a skit night one night, the square dance night one night, and there was like a standard dance the last night usually. You know those things work. Those things where you awkwardly stand off to the side, trying to work up the courage to ask a girl you like to dance, and never ever working up the courage, and then going to bed disappointed and crying yourself to sleep. It was standard stuff every year. Just the typical.
You loved it.
Yeah, loved every moment of it.
Sparky said.
Why do I hear bubbling water? No, it's the piece.
That's the kind of position.
Actually, I mean, there's
you know what I
lots...
like better than this? There was a clip of Johnny Carson with Frank Zappa when Zappa was just a kid.
You mean pre Johnny Carson? That was Steve Allen, I think. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's got a bicycle on stage and
he's
has
playing the bicycles. Yes,
yeah. See,
that is a classic.
Yeah,
that is. We do have to bring
the Tonight Show. So
yeah. And that was great. Frank was great on that show. We got to bring that up.
Well, as interesting as young he is, he's doesn't call himself a musician. He is a composer. Talking about being on his game, as it were.
Yeah. No, he
14 years old or something, right?
Yeah, and he put together an act to get on TV at a young age there. That was
right.
Yeah.
So way better than Tiny Tim.
Well, it's all subjective.
Well, no. As far as getting on there at his age, because Tiny Tim was not a young man when he got on Laugh-In.
No.
We have a countdown for some reason.
Yeah, well, we got the clip here. Here we go. That's not Carson.
He was much younger.
Steve, we not only have the prettiest girls in the audience here at the Steve Allen Show, but also you'll have to admit some of the strangest musical instruments. And this gentleman plays perhaps the strangest of them all. He plays the bicycle, and his name is Frank Zappa.
Zappa. Even put on a suit.
You actually play a bicycle?
Yeah.
Are you in the musicians union?
No.
Do you play any other musical instrument, anything more conventional, perhaps?
Guitar, vibes, bass, and drums.
Guitar, vibes, bass, drums, and bicycle.
They'll go
bicycle
together.
will travel from his bass to his drums to his guitar. How did you happen to pick up your first bicycle?
I was discussing this before with some of the people backstage. I believe that a lot of the people have actually played bicycles from time to time. When they're young, they take a piece of cardboard and a clothespin and attach it to the rear wheel, and when it goes around, it makes that noise, and you're playing a bicycle then.
Oh, I see. You mean when they pretend they have a little motor and make it sound like a motorbike? Yes, we've all done that. Well, is that what you do? You make a motorbike noise? I see a couple of bikes over here. Perhaps we'd better go over and demonstrate and show them what you do. Frank Zappa, Z-A-P-P-A, huh? Well, here we are, friends. Stereo bikes.
I like to play the
And you have a...
unicycle
What are these
myself.
tools in your hands?
Yeah.
These pair of Louis Bellson-style drumsticks and a bass bow that I borrowed from your bass man in the back.
Louis Bellson-style drumsticks. Does Louis know what you're doing with them?
I don't think he'd approve very much.
How long have you been playing bike, Frank?
About 2 weeks.
That there is like the defining line of this whole bit. Perfect. How long have you been playing bike? 2 weeks. That tells the whole story right there.
It's great.
He probably was selling insurance or something, and he thought, what's something real jerky that'll get me on the Steve Allen Show? Playing bicycle. What could be sillier than that? And he did it, and here we are. That's probably how it happened. You really only been playing 2 weeks?
Yes.
What do you do ordinarily besides this?
I'm a composer.
Ah. Might we be familiar with any of your songs as yet?
Well, you will be familiar with some of my songs as of next week, but I did the score for The World's Greatest Sinner.
And who might that be? Tommy Manville or who? Tell us about that.
That's the name of the film. It's The World's Worst Movie, and I did the music for it.
The World's Greatest Sinner?
Yes. It's a Tim Carey production, Frenzy Productions.
Frenzy Productions.
It's an independent company.
They all are these days, the way things are going. But,
They shot it in El Monte.
so they... Listen, they shot my agent, Mel Monte. You know, that could happen to anybody. Who's in it?
Tim Carey and a cast of 1,000 people that he found down on Main Street someplace.
The World's Greatest Sinner. Does Tim play?
Cast of 1,000 people.
I got
Down on Main Street. Five
so
and two.
this is a street film.
Yeah, sounds like it. I've not seen that one. 5 and 2 running, and Steve is kind of a dick, and then writes in, "No, I'm wrong. He is a complete dick." And Sparky goes, "Cut the BS and play the damn bike already." That's what we're all waiting
Exactly.
for.
Title role?
That's
Yes.
where we're here.
And you wrote the score for that. What instrument?
A pre-recorded tape and instrumental ensemble.
Crazy.
Okay, now here's what else you can do. You can pluck the spokes like a harp.
He's kind of demonstrating
Sounds
the
like
different
the
things.
Kyoto of Japan.
Let's see.
It's like fingernails on the blackboard. As far as
This may be a little bit new to you, but I think that
it doesn't come up in the ordinary conversation.
I should suggest that you alternate between bowing and plucking.
An Aerojet. Those are two airplanes here in the neighborhood.
You should bow it and pluck it, and if you can scratch across the
Bow it and
basket-
pluck it.
The basket, yeah. Now, the whole idea that we're going to do here in this improvised concerto for 2 bicycles, pre-recorded tape, and the musicians in the back, is that you're supposed to express yourself freely without any kind of, you have to let your front down, and you have to just feel your way through it, because you're completely released. You're a composer yourself, and you know that the standard method of notation is very difficult, you know. And,
I ignore it.
yeah. Well, this will help. Now,
You write the music on a road map for this thing. That's how Route 66 was written. You think I'm kidding? I am kidding, but not too successfully. And go ahead.
I got to tell the man in the control booth who is ready to run the tape, if he would just give me a quick blast of the tape so we can get started. All right. Now, the tape is pre-recorded electric noises that I stuck together. I gave my wife a clarinet and told her to play it, and she doesn't play a clarinet. And then,
He doesn't even have a wife. How do you like that?
and then I did some electric things to it, and it's very interesting. You'll hear a woman singing in there someplace, and I recorded that off the radio. I stuck it in. But now, the way we work this is, when the man in the control booth feels moved to add his electronic part to our work here, he will throw a little switch, which just lets some of this noise through, and then I request of the musicians that if they feel so moved, make any noise possible on your instrument. Try and refrain from musical tones. In fact,
They won't have any trouble with that order.
if it would be possible for you
Break it away, fellas. I'm sorry.
if it would be possible for you to put some sort of objects on the strings of the piano, you'll get. That's good. I prefer you to play it that way.
All season long, Don.
Now we'll start.
All right, now we're going to start.
Are we on?
This is great.
Well, now.
This is a real happening right here.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece, well, this part of it was white as snow. And everywhere that no, this part of it, he told me to recite a poem while this was going on. The boy stood on the burning deck.
Ruth rode on my cycle car on a seat in back of me. I took a bump at 95 and rode on ruthlessly.
And he goes to play the mic. Great moments in TV history right there. Thank you for bringing that one up, Brian. That's a classic right there.
It's been a long time since I've heard it, so that would be worth it. So in this, I wanted to show something in this game that's in my background. This is
Okay. Well, let's check the messages and then we'll check the game. Dune saying this is painful. Sparky Toaster saying WTF? I waited for this. And 5
so
and 2.
Dune. You said this is painful, yet you're friends with Jonathan? I don't get that.
The Sparky Toaster writes it, I'd rather see chicks on wheels. Dune knows. And Dune says fired, all of you. So tell us about this game in your background.
Dude. Okay, so, one of the things you do in this game is, where the fuck is it? Okay, so you got this tavern.
Okay.
Right? And you can visit other people and get in their tavern. So this one's mine. I just cleared it, so there's nobody in mine. But if I go to one of my friends, oops, that's not the freaking tavern, dumb shit.
Wrong building.
Okay, so there's his tavern. I just got on his, and I'm the only guy there. Let me find another guy. And I just joined it, and it's going to come up one of these moments. Okay, so he's got a bunch of people in there, right? And you get points for visiting people's taverns and all this kind of shit. And so, I mean, that's boring though, right?
Right.
Let's make it interesting. So yesterday, actually, one of the quests was to visit so many taverns or have so many people visit yours. So I said, let's actually make this somewhat interesting.
This game was more fun pre-COVID when you could go visit real taverns.
Well, this is electronically, so okay. So I suggested, so in my quest today. Oops. Oh, so I tell people, come to my tavern, I get you free beers, right? It's just, electronic, so there's really nothing exchanging. I'm giving free beers for nothing. At least I have friends now. The daily is about spending silver. I kind of did it backwards there. I'll bring beers to share. So I was suggesting that my tavern was going to have an open mic night, which of course doesn't really happen. But the band that's going to start is the Sad Cows. Okay.
The Sad Cows.
The Sad Cows is the band that's going to play at the open mic night. And the Sad Cows are about to start their act, but as it turns out, the guitar player is out sick.
Oh no! Well,
might be just sick of playing with the band of idiots.
Could they bring in a bicycle player to fill in?
So they subbed with a guy with a kazoo with a foot gizmo that hit a cowbell. Who was that guy that yelled last week? More cowbell, right?
Right. There you
So
go.
enjoy the show or run like hell.
Dune pointing out that Amaranth is in a hot tub right now. So actually, I'm getting ready to.
Dude, you're gonna abandon us for that?
Well, Brian, let's observe before we judge, shall we?
We can observe. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so
I
Brian,
did act too quickly. Sorry, Dune.
so Brian, what do you think is preferable? This show we're doing right now, or Amaranth in a hot tub? I think he's speechless.
Is she gonna do anything?
Well, because I'm screen capturing, the video's freaking out and it's buffering. But you get the idea. It's like this, except you'd see her moving. But there we go. There we go. Let's see if we can get it to buffer. There, we get some movement now. So
Is there sound?
Well, yeah, but royalties, copyrights, whatever. It's freezing again. Basically, StreamYard doesn't like capturing the video of Twitch.
Do you have your?
Why not?
We got a little bit of sound.
You get the idea. So yeah, those are your options. 3 dudes sitting in front of their computer, or Amaranth in a hot tub.
Well, it's not just 3, because Sparky's still with us, right?
Well, I think our listener count just went down to 0.
So they all freaking bailed on us.
Because of a free fans only.
This is the trouble. There is no such thing as democracy anymore.
No, Sparky Toaster's
People just
here.
go.
He's sticking it out with us. He's seen Amaranth. We've all seen Amaranth. Who hasn't watched Amaranth for hours playing Twister?
But Twister in a hot tub?
No, not at the same time. Sometimes she does hot tub streams. Sometimes she
kidding.
does Twister streams. Sometimes she does gym workout streams. And then she always ends the day with ASMR.
Gotcha.
For ambience. And the best is sometimes you can, when you ban people from your channel, they can send appeals to be unbanned. And so she likes to, every now and then, you could imagine the reasons why people would get banned from participating in her chat room on her channel. The types of things that people might say while watching that channel.
So it's usually a reason. The guy says something stupid, and she
right. Like,
I don't need that bullshit.
I don't need to come up with examples, but you could imagine.
Yeah.
So what she'll do is she'll read the appeals to be unbanned live on the air, and then it also lets you bring up the reason that the person was banned, because that's documented in the system.
Yeah.
And so it's fun to watch her just live bring up, this is what they said to get banned, this is their appeal to get unbanned, and then she decides whether she's going to unban them or not. And that's entertaining too. Now, 5-Hit Doom pointing out, if she would only do ban appeals in the hot tub. That is, you know what, Dune? You should go into the channel.
Don't suggest that on her channel.
No, I think Dune should.
Banned. Maybe he wants to be banned.
I think Dune should suggest that on the channel, and then not only will Dune get banned for it, then she'll do the ban appeals in the hot tub next time, because she'll think it really is a good idea, and then Dune's ban appeal could get read from the hot tub. That would be full circle, right? That would be perfect.
In fact, maybe all you post is says, please ban me, so that I could have my appeal read while you're in the hot tub.
That would, yeah. Yeah, just offer to split the profits 50-50. Wait, what? No, Dune is afraid to even say hello in her chat room, apparently. Heck, I'll say hello.
You're just being friendly, right?
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with a howdy.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's all good. So, what else is new this week? So I had to go into the office again today.
All right.
That was fun. Another round
A
trip to
new
Boston.
build is coming. Is our
Right.
topic?
Well, I already talked about the computer build. Oh, and speaking of new builds,
Oh yeah.
we have Mars hanging out.
Hey Mars,
Yes.
Mars is.
hello.
Hi.
I can't see you, Mars.
It's okay. It's mutual.
It's okay. He can't
He's
see you
just
either.
the red, the white circle with a little silhouette in it.
We all know what Mars
I
looks
know.
like.
I know. I'm
Red.
just being funny.
I have a suggestion for what's her name? Amaris, whatever
Yeah.
her name is.
Yeah,
She should play Twister in the hot tub.
I like this idea.
You put the
Yeah,
with
the
the
mat's
snorkel.
plastic. If you could just like tack it down to the bottom of the hot tub, you could play Twister in there.
Personally, I think Twister plus body paint equals best stream ever.
Okay.
I mean, because people do body painting streams.
But-
Amaranth does Twister streams. Just think about the great body print art that you could make if you do body painting and play Twister at the same
But
time.
you can't do body painting and hot tub at the same time.
Well, the hot tub's after.
Oh yes, you can.
You
You know
can't.
those. You know those water. Things that they dip stuff in and then pull it out of the water and it puts a coating of like
Oh, you
whatever
mean like
color it is.
how you dye your Easter eggs with the swirls?
Oh, she could
Yeah.
tie dye herself.
She could tie dye herself in the hot tub and then
Well, that's what
play
you get when you play Twister, right?
and then play Twister with the body paint and leave the swirls on the mat.
There you go.
And then auction it off on eBay.
You know what? I don't think I want to clean the hot tub after that, honestly.
Uh,
That would kind of suck.
Well, that's what-
I don't
that's-
recommend that. It'd be awesome, but I would not recommend that.
That's what the help is for.
Did she get help? Did she have
She
help?
could- I think she can afford to hire someone to clean a hot tub. Just saying.
well,
She's quite popular.
okay. Well, whatever.
She's making good bank on her streaming. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well,
Now
I do not actually
Sparky
know this
Toaster
person, so.
also asking, would body paint come off in the hot tub? Not to say I would not watch it. No, that's the whole point. Is that the body paint comes up in
You
the
know-
Ed? I've just been banned from her channel.
You know what? I'm not. I don't know this person, so I'm not saying anything. I've never watched her before, so.
Dune is also pointing out another hot tub stream that's going on right now. So apparently Dune is out there looking for all the
Well,
hot chicks in hot tubs.
Excuse me, Gators. Maybe this is the new Twitch finds. Hot tub.
Hot tub Twitch finds. That is,
Hot
you know
tub
what?
Twitch finds on Sundays.
Next Sunday
You
is
know,
hot tub
dude?
week for
You
the
know?
Twitch finds. All
know what,
hot
dude?
tub related Twitch finds.
This maybe have to be something you might have to look at. You know.
You're going to have to look at a lot of hot
Wait,
chicks in hot
d-
tubs.
Does dude have the widescreen iPad, the big the Pro? Because he might need the Pro for that one.
I don't know, but personally, I prefer bringing it up on the 55-inch big screen TV.
I don't
That's just
know
me.
if Dune's in the situation to put it on a 55-inch screen, so
Dude
why is
running
that?
in just a little less Jesus.
little less Jesus. He's gonna need that little less Jesus while he does that. Yes.
Let's see.
God.
Johnny said you should look for other things. Yeah.
Like Jesus.
Jesus don't chill in the hot tub. Just saying.
I don't know. Jesus. Well,
I don't know.
maybe.
Well, and that's how the hot tub turned into a hot wine tub.
Oh,
Not a
but
time machine.
There you go. That too.
I never saw the second one.
It's
There was
not
a
worth
second
watching.
one.
Yes, there was a second one. They went to the 80s? No, they went somewhere else. I have to watch the second. I've seen the second one. No, I've seen the first one, but not the second. Gothard, what are you eating? You're scarfing something, I think.
Scarfing.
I'm trying to do MSR stuff
Oh, you're doing ASMR?
or
Okay.
MRS. Yeah.
ASMR.
ASMR.
You
What
know what
is that?
ASMR is, right? No, that's there are people that will generally they usually use a special binaural microphone that has like
Like
two
3DO
ear-shaped
ones or
things on
yeah.
the side, and so it's a stereo mic, and they kind of make soothing whooshing and sounds, like
Dude, the ones that creep me out are the ones that eat your ears. So I'm like, no, you can't. No, I can't do that one.
So, but it's very like with the headphones. It's very stereophonic, and they'll like rub a feather on it, breathe in it, whisper in it, and I've seen streams where you get two chicks that are each licking a different microphone. Those are fun.
Simultaneously farting into a microphone.
I have seen those before. Actually,
it's supposed to be good for going to sleep too. To kind of like have a soothing, like
that one
sleep type thing. Now Dune's telling me I need to click on this link here. Of course, this doesn't let me click on the link.
I watch Rain sometimes with earphones on when I'm going to bed. It's pretty freaky
Yeah.
because I'll wake up in the middle of the night and like rain's going through my brain and I'm like, where the hell am I? What's going on? I can move my head, but I have wireless earphones, so it's like, what's going on here? This not right. No.
All right, let's take a look at this channel that Dune
What's he showing?
Spoopy Kit. I'm not familiar with this streamer.
Is Dune showing all his answers on Monday?
Probably, but right now I am getting an advertisement for Xbox while waiting to see
right.
the
See?
Spoopy
There
Kit
you go.
Hot Tub Time Machine stream. So,
Because Switch is Microsoft, right? The other evil company?
No, is Switch Microsoft? No, it's Amazon.
No, Amazon. Yeah,
Amazon.
sorry.
I know, it always wants me to link my Echo to it.
but
And then
it
it says you
does.
can do it. You could do Amazon Prime. You could do your Prime subscribe right through your Echo device. And I'm like, that's nice. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I save my Prime stuff.
so here's Spoopy Kit in the hot tub.
Oh.
These are all inflatable hot tubs, though. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You know what? Some people don't have room for.
That way
regular
you
hot
can put it up
tubs.
in the living room.
Yeah, that works for me.
I mean, you could put it right in the middle of your Dolby Atmos setup, Gators.
There we go. Soak in the hot tub right in the sweet spot.
There you
with
go.
The,
Now, do you think that would be in the second floor or the first story or the second story?
first story.
I don't. Would his floor support?
Of course, you have a full
a-
basement below there, right?
Right.
So if you put in a hot tub, do you think the floor could support it?
Only one way to find out.
Oh.
You might get a few 4x4s
Yeah.
to brace the floor below, just in
Bri-
case.
Hey, Brian, did you ever
Yeah.
watch the very first episode of Breaking Bad?
I
one
don't
where
remember.
I
I don't
think it was the first
I
or
don't think
second
so.
episode
Isn't
where
the-
I'm sorry, what Gothard?
The tub falls through the floor.
Yes, that one. That's my imagination. What's gonna happen with Gators? The tub's gonna fall through the floor.
Yeah, no, I'm not really going to put a
Don't
hot tub
forget
in the
to have
living room.
the camera all set up to watch,
Yeah.
so we can watch that happen.
Yeah, please set up.
You wanna-
I'm not actually going to do
Above
that.
and below.
No, I'm not going to do it.
The
Sparky
the
Toaster
worst
writing
one
in. Oh, go ahead, Gothard.
The worst one I've heard of is somebody in a shitty apartment that their toilet fell through the floor with them on it and hit the toilet below it.
Oh,
Ouch.
that's not
Now,
good.
now, if they had the padded seat, they might be okay. It just
They did not.
smell like nasty all the time, anyway.
No.
Yeah. No. Did
No, it was. There's a massive lacerations apparently.
Did everything come out okay? That's my question. Because I'm sorry. At least if you're gonna poop yourself fall through the ceiling, you're in the right spot.
I heard a story about someone who he needed to cut an opening for the toilet, and he came up with a great plan how to get the right size hole for the opening for the under the toilet by putting the toilet in a spot that was going to go and tracing around the base, and then taking the toilet off and then cutting the line he traced, and then putting the
that
toilet
not work?
down and watch it fall through the hole.
Did it not work?
That did not work. Apparently, that guy wasn't too bright.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm calling Home Depot to switch out my toilet. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. Sparky Toaster ready again. Okay, I'm going to head out, but let me say what I have learned on tonight's show.
What did you learn?
Don't ever watch 1963 TV shows on YouTube, especially the bicycle playing TV shows.
Yay.
Well, thank you, Sparky Toaster, for stopping by, and we hope to see you again next week. And good night. And no,
Have a
there's
great
lots-
one, man.
and play more bicycles.
I think Sparky
Bicycles.
Toaster has to spend all his time and watching one hot tub instead
Yeah.
of switching between the two.
You know, you could probably play bicycle in the hot tub.
Okay.
While body
Yeah.
painting.
And Twister.
Yeah.
You
You
know
could
what?
spin the wheel real fast and then squeeze the paint onto the wheel so it sprays onto you.
That-
Maybe get a waterproof microphone and do some
And so why don't
underwater
why don't they
Yeah.
also include Wheel of Fortune?
Or wheel of fish.
Wheel of Fish. That's perfect.
There we go.
Fish sticks with
Tartar sauce.
with tartar sauce.
Tartar.
You know why you do the Wheel of Fish?
Why's that?
Just for the halibut.
Ah,
I miss Forge.
Yep. Bad joke, but couldn't resist.
Of course. I'm surprised I didn't see that one coming. I am genuinely surprised. Normally I would have seen that. Caught me by surprise.
That's because the there's no Forge or venison anymore. That's why. You've lightened your guard.
So, anyways, trying to think what else is new this week. Well, I'm hoping to finish my work in the attic next weekend because I need to put the last circuit in. I ran the last line up the chimney chase, which did not want to fit in the hole because I cut a hole thinking I was going to run 2 wires through it, and the plans changed after I cut the hole, and so this was the 4th wire I was running up the chimney. So I get the wire taped to a string, all taped up, and I get it to the point where I see the tape protruding from the hole that's in the attic. So I've made it up through the basement. I've made it up through the hole in the column into the wall. I've made it up to the last hole, but it won't pull through. And so I pull harder, and it still won't pull through. And so I pull harder, and the line snaps.
no.
and that was but luckily I still had all my wall holes open, so I was still able to, you know, the wall on the second floor below the attic, I had the wire coming out there, so I was able to pull the wire out there before it fell all the way down, and I just drilled a second hole from the attic and put one of my fishing rods down the hole and was able to pull it up there and get that up there, and I put in a junction box up in the attic, pulled it in there. So next weekend I need to add a new breaker to the breaker box, connect that into there, run some more wires from outlets in this room, cut some holes in this room. Of course, the hole that was cut by the electricians that came in here and cut holes before they told us they couldn't do the job unless I gave them $10,000. The one hole that they cut for an outlet in Kristen's room, they cut overlapping a stud. So,
See, they can cut holes in studs.
yay! No, they didn't notch the stud. So, well, it's like almost. I thought they cut it lined up with the stud, but no, it actually overlaps by like half an inch. But I think the wall plate will cover that point, so I'm probably going to have to widen that hole a bit.
They do make some extra wide wall plates too.
Just for that reason. Yeah, the dining room, I need
Just
one of those
saying.
extra wide wall plates. But
No, they make an oversized wall plate for those occasions.
but I got, well, anyway, so that's basically like the last thing I really need to do. Well, I do also want to rewire the living room, but I could do that any time from the basement, so I'm in no rush to do that. But the attic's like the last thing I need to do before it warms up too much. So I'm hoping next weekend to do one last crawl through the attic and get all my wires in place and get it all done in 2 days. So
The question is then, what is the next project?
the computer build.
Oh, I thought you already had that in progress.
I thought you were
well,
getting a jukebox.
I ordered the parts. They're on the way here. I don't know. I might.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I might get a jukebox. I'm keeping an eye out for jukeboxes, but I'm not
So
seeing one.
what CPU did you get?
An AMD Ryzen 7.
Oh, so you found one with a motherboard, I take it.
Right, and a
Memory chips.
gigabyte motherboard, memory chips, and I had to buy a used video card off of eBay.
Yeah.
I found that well, I was looking at one of the budget newer video cards, and I found one of the more expensive older video cards actually does better in bench tests than the cheaper new video card. So
Sure.
I'm like, and you can find the older ones being sold by people that are upgrading, and people that are upgrading didn't run it to death in a bit mining machine. So I'm taking a
Right.
little bit of a chance on eBay and buying a 1080 Ti, one of those GeForce.
Oh, no RTX though. Okay, no ray tracing
No,
for
no,
you, Gators.
Well, no, it's a GeForce. I think it's RTX or is
Yeah.
it GTX? Or
No,
what's
no,
the difference?
the 1080 Ti's, they did start doing RTX until the 2020 series. So, and that's fine.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, you may not need RTX, so.
Well, it's a GeForce GTX 1080 Ti 11 gig, but it does slightly better in bench tests than the 3060. The 3060 being the current generation cheap one, which you can't find those anywhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. The 3060 was supposed to be the cheaper replacement for the older cards. And it's
Right.
supposed to be super cheap, and the problem is good luck finding a 3060 under 1,000 now
Right.
because everybody's never mind.
But
We
but
won't
I
talk
found a
about-
1080 for under 1,000.
That'll work. That'll work.
And plus, like I said, it is one of the cards that is on the list of recommended cards for an Oculus Rift. And mind you, I got a free Oculus Rift because my father-in-law is upgrading to an Oculus Rift S. So I got
Ooh,
the
nice.
so I get a free Oculus Rift out of the deal. And the 1080 Ti is plenty of video card for that. And I'm not a hardcore gamer that I need the latest and the greatest video card. The 1080 Ti is probably more video card than I need. I mean, let's face it, I'm building a computer to check my email and watch a few videos on YouTube and maybe every now and then put on the Oculus Rift.
Gators gonna play some Beat Saber.
Yeah, I might have to start doing that.
Yeah. It's good exercise, I hear. Really good exercise.
Yeah. You know what's good exercise? Rewiring a house. That's good exercise.
You know what? I bought a place that was already done, so I didn't. I bought the
Yeah.
built system.
That's what I thought I was doing too.
Well, my place was built in '89. What year was yours built in?
The 30s.
I mean, you had gas lamps up in your ceiling, Gators.
Yes, that
I
is
mean,
true.
You know, my place came with real electricity. I mean, just.
Yeah, Gothard,
you
did I
know.
tell you about that? That two of the ceiling fans, when I took them down to rewire them, there was also gas lines right next to them from old gas lighting.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah. Is that crazy or what?
Did you ever?
It's wonderful.
You
I'm
closed those
tempted
up,
to
though, right?
connect them back up and put some gas lights in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
You know, talk to your homeowners insurance and your insurance about that. See what they say. They'll be like, well,
Do you insure gas lights?
do I have fire? Is my fire insurance up to date? Let me see.
It's okay. This house has been through a fire before. We know the drill.
I bet you those lines have been like shut off.
Oh,
Capped.
of course
I'm
they're shut off. They're capped, but you could uncap things and reconnect them. I'm just saying.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not serious about that. I'm just that might be if someone really wanted to get into restoring a historic house, it would be kind of a fun project. Put historic gas lights back in and reconnect old gas lines, making sure you bring them up to code and check them all out. And
Hey, Gators,
Is there code for gas lighting anymore?
well, what I'm saying is
The code probably says don't do it.
well, I'm just suggesting if one were to do it, you might want to make sure that the pipes are not leaky. That's what I mean by bringing it up to code.
Gators,
Bring it
have
up
you ever
to a standard, or
Gators, have you ever turned a Bunsen burner upside down?
no.
You reconnect those pipes, you might be doing that. just saying.
Nothing wrong with that.
Today we're gonna weld something. I know. Let me just turn on my light in the bed in the bedroom, and I'll just weld something, and then you'll be fine. It's fine.
There you go. I see this as a win-win. I don't see any downside to this.
Yeah. Sure.
You think Christian will leave the house first? With a copy of the homeowner's insurance policy?
Well,
Yeah.
probably. Zoe Balls writing in, "Hey, Johnny Gators and all. Hello, Zoe Balls.
Hello, Zoe.
Hey, Zoe.
Pleasure to see you. We're just talking about different ways to unintentionally burn down my house. Not seriously, though.
That's right. Otherwise, the cops will be visiting you.
So I guess I shouldn't reconnect the gas lines
No.
and put gas lights in and to bring my house back into its historical glory. It's what you're all saying.
I'm just saying. I wonder how that house caught fire before.
I don't know, but like I said, the one small section of wall they rebuild, they insulated. So 5% of the exterior walls is insulated, which offers me absolutely nothing.
No help.
Gators, do you know if that
insulation
is up to 2020 specs?
I
Is
actually
it asbestos? Do we know?
Well, the stuff in the attic might be, because I was breathing funny for the next few days after crawling around up there.
Yeah, but that could be just fiberglass, though.
It's probably fiber. It's the pink stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you were
fiberglass.
wearing a mask, right?
Yeah. Well, I after the first day, I started wearing masks because I
You decided it wasn't worth.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that sucks. Let's not do that anymore.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. Well, not to mention, it's more than fiberglass.
And does Christian
it's
have
dirt?
a
It's dust. It's ash.
Does Christian have a number for the guy that does the mesothelioma legal stuff? The lawyer.
Just turn on iHeartRadio. You'll hear it in like 3 seconds every time.
I'm sure we
Yeah,
can Google.
that's true.
I'm sure we can Google that.
Yeah.
Heck, if I Google that, they'll just send it right over because they're spying on me anyways, right?
Right? Yeah, they
There we
already
go.
know.
They already
Right.
know. Yeah. No, but
I mean,
yeah.
as someone was saying, well, that had posted on the article, "Oh, this is horrible," and I says, "Yeah. In fact, if you want to really see if it's true, all you have to do Google something you never thought you'd ever buy, like an anvil, right? Or I mean, a toilet or a plunger or something like that could be disgusting." Sure,
just get
but
like
who
a
the hell
little
wants to see
small
those
anvil?
ads forever?
All right, I'm Googling Anvil store right now. Is what I'm doing. Let's
So
see.
just an anvil. Anvils for sale.
www.anvilbrand.com, hoof care products, horseshoe supplies, anvils,
you go.
Cliff Carroll, Blacksmith Depot, Blacksmith and Farrier supplies, anvils and forges. Okay, so that tab has been up under my logged in Google Chrome thing. So now we wait and see how many advertisements I get bombarded with for anvils.
You never log into my Google.
I like this idea.
I never log into that thing.
But I think one
You
of my
don't
next
actually need to log into it. It's just that if you're in Google.com and you search for something, he remembers that and he passes that around.
heck, if
He'll
you got
keep showing people, because they make their money advertising. So you'll
Yeah.
find all these people that are going to ask you, "Do you need an anvil?"
well,
Brian,
heck, you got Facebook loaded on the device that you hold in your pocket with a microphone within voice shot. You just talk about an anvil to the guy next to you, and you'll be.
That's right.
Brian,
And what you do is you put it in your back pocket so that Facebook knows when you fart.
Yeah.
Brian, use
Yes.
uBlock Origin. It'll stop all your ads. You don't have to worry about it ever again. I don't get ads on my YouTubes or anything. So I do get ads on Twitch, but that's the only one I really get ads on. So everything else, there's no ads.
Anyways, yeah. But I think one of my future projects. Well, I mean, I got to finish up the wiring, which I'm almost done with. I got to close up the holes, which will take some learning.
It's
And
a lot of epoxy. It's fine.
And the bathroom needs to be repainted because with the humidity in that room, the paint job in that room is starting to kind of crack.
Do you,
And
Do you have a fan in the bathroom?
no, I have a window, but I'd never open it.
why don't you open the
You
window?
should have a
You
fan.
might consider a fan.
I might
Yeah.
consider a fan.
Absolutely.
Well, I have fans. They listen to my show, and I don't see how that helps.
Yeah,
my
but you only
bathroom.
have 3. You need 1 for the bathroom.
I,
And I'm not going into your bathroom.
Especially if his paint is peeling after he's been in there. There's something wrong.
well,
That's right.
that's
Too many
it's the-
farts.
I take really hot showers. I like steaming up the room with the type of hot showers I take. Because
Which is why you need a fan.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
I
do
probably
too.
just need to start propping open the window when I take a shower. Is probably what I
There's
need to do. But
Yeah, but it's kind
generally-
of hard to prop open a window. Is this on the second floor?
No, it's the first floor.
Is it accessible from the outside?
The window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
Yes.
high enough up? So prop
For
it open such that you can stick a piece of PVC pipe to lock it so it can't be opened further. Is it slide sideways or vertical?
It slides up and down. It holds in place. It's a modern window.
Yeah,
it
okay.
works.
So you can put in a piece of
I-
PVC pipe up so that it can't be opened further. In other words, a person can't crawl in. You only get the squirrels, the birds, the rats,
We
the
got
mice.
screens. Dude, Brian, what type of neighborhood do you think I live in? People crawling in through the bathroom window. I ain't Paul McCartney.
See? He even gave you that warning
Yes. Yes.
before you were born.
But that was because it was a stalker that crawled in through his bathroom window. I don't got stalkers yet.
Oh. Are you basing your stalkers due to this show?
Well, we got 4 people listening right now, so
I mean, Sparky Toaster might come through your window. You never
Sparky
know.
Toaster could come in through my. And you know what? If Sparky Toaster came in through the window, I'd say, "What are you doing? You could just knock on the door."
Exactly.
Exactly.
I have
Sparky
a
Toaster wants to go over for a beer anytime. He's welcome.
I have the severe possibility of the GIMP coming through one of my windows.
Oh, I hope you have bars on your windows. Just
Yes. Yes, Gothard got gimped at the local antique store.
I'm so sorry, Gothard.
You didn't hear this story?
No.
I did not.
Oh, Gothard, you got to tell it again.
Aw.
Where was this store? What was this?
It's an antiques place down in the town that the GIMP lives in. And I'm in this store, looking around, and I realize as I'm in there, in walks this person, and I'm like, oh crap.
Hey, guys.
No,
Hey,
I could
guys.
tell it. I could see from a distance it was like, oh no, that's Stephen St. Peter. Oh no. So I just, like in an antique store, there's other cubbies and you just try and hide in them.
Yeah.
But then
But
he
He
started
saw
up
you.
a conversation with Mike. And then I was screwed.
Yeah, well, and that's the
So
thing.
crap.
What you need to do is when you go to these places, you wear a disguise.
I know.
It's like,
Well, it was hilarious because I get a message on my phone from Gothard. I just got gimped, and I'm like, what? And then 15 minutes later, I see a new Facebook post on Stephen St. Peter's Facebook page. Picture of him, big toothy grin next to Gothard.
yeah.
Like a
I'm like-
deer in headlights.
Oh no, that really happened. Oh, that was.
Gothard. Oh.
And then the Gimp calls into the next Tune and Bob show, and he's like, I saw this guy, and I thought, I think that's Gothard. And so he was there with another guy, so I started talking to him. So the Gimp knew what he was doing. He's like, I'll talk to the guy's friend. And now, from what you said, the conversation went something like, they chatted about whatever, and Mike, being friendly as he is like, oh, what a nice guy. I'm happy to talk to this guy. So they're just chatting away, having a good old time. Is this accurate?
Sort of.
Gother, that's
know,
when you
it's-
try to sneak out the front door and say, "Sorry, you're a meat shield. Bye, gone.
I'll be out in the car, Mike.
Bye, bye. See ya.
I should have run away when I could.
Mike,
Well-
thanks for taking one for the team. Bye."
So what did Mike think that was weird, or was it just a friendly chat? Because I could see Mike just being like, oh, great, another outgoing person, chatty person. I love this because Mike's
Well, it
also.
Until you realize that, in 5 minutes into it, the person you're talking to is a little nutty.
And then out of nowhere, the Gimp asks Mike, "Do you know Johnny Gators?"
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's when Mike was like, "What the fuck is this?"
like who?
It's like,
I don't
yes,
know him.
yes, I do actually.
Oh, see, Mike just said no. I don't know who you're talking
And
about.
then I think that's when he said, "Well, you must be Gothard then."
And
Which
that's
is-
when the bus started beeping and backing over me.
And you
I-
wish you snuck out the back door.
and so I think you got a "What the fuck
Yeah.
was that?" from Mike on your way out the door.
hmm I had to tell him the whole story.
So does Mike call you Gothard now?
No. Thank God. The one thing that just kept following me around.
The Gimp.
Well, there's a reason I don't have a picture on the internet, but
I did
It's-
see him
it's-
downtown the other, a week ago, and I was just like, keep driving, keep driving.
Did you get the telephoto lens on the phone, take a picture of him, and send it to the Gators, and say, there's your sighting for the day, bye.
This is a new version of Where's Waldo.
Yeah,
I
pretty much.
I
Yeah.
might have to do this. This may be my new entertainment.
Pretty much.
Found him.
Found him.
Or Where's Wally for our British listeners? It's Where's Wally in Britain, right?
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
I think Where's Waldo is
Hey.
Where's Wally in or something like that.
Wallace.
Well, what was funny to me
Wrong in
was
that case.
back when I still lived in Maine and Garth and I were doing the show together, and the Gimp knew that we lived in Maine. I remember one show, the Gimp calls into our show. It was like, "Hey guys, were you at the Bangor Walmart this weekend?" And Garth and I were nowhere near Bangor that weekend. He's like, "I saw two guys that looked just like you. I yelled hi to you. Was that you?" Nope, wasn't us.
It wasn't us.
Sorry, Gimp.
And the funny thing is, it wasn't, and who knows who those people were that got yelled at.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure he found a different Gothard and Gators every week for years to come. And finally, one weekend, he got it right.
Oh, no.
So you should have just denied that that's who you were.
Who?
I
We
was
don't know
kinda
this
trapped
guy.
at that point.
Well, Mike blew your cover when he admitted to
Yeah,
knowing me.
that's right.
There was a large part of
shit.
the conversation where I pretended not to be who I was.
He tried to be a little ambiguous of
hmm
just a
They got
guy.
that antique lamp over there. Look at that lamp. It's amazing. Look at that
I'm just a
lamp.
guy buying antiques.
Yes.
Don't know nothing about no
Mhm.
internet radio.
I do like the Walter Becker explaining how he's recognized sometimes, and then he denies it.
No, it's not that he
Mhm.
denies it. It's that, they ask,
Well,
are you the
gotta tell
guy?
whole story. You got to have the whole story. At first, he denies it. Right? You go for it.
Well, no, the clip I saw was they ask, "Are you the guy?" "Yeah, I'm him." They say, "No, you're not."
Well, yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I
That's
like.
the shortened version. Yeah.
That's the version I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I like the one Rowan Atkinson who did a story about how I guess someone at a car parts store kind of starts looking at him, and he figures, "Oh, I'm being recognized." And the guy comes up to him and says, "You know who you look an awful lot like? You look just like that Mr. Bean guy."
Oh, God.
And
Or
he
Rowan
goes,
Atkinson.
and Rowan goes, well, yeah, that's me. He goes, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. It's remarkable how much you look like him, though. You could do some good work as a lookalike. Have you considered that? Well, I'm actually the guy. Oh, no, you're not.
You know what? That right there is something Rowan Atkinson probably enjoyed more than anybody actually recognizing him. I had a good laugh.
sure.
about that.
Probably at first, but apparently the guy kind of got a little pissy. It's like, no, come on, you're not the guy. You should really do some look.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm not the guy.
You know
I
what?
was
not
just
the
trying
guy.
to get you on to see if you thought I was.
I'm not the guy.
I wish he would
But
have
you know,
just said
I don't
something
really want
like,
you.
I'm not the Mr. Bean guy. I'm that guy from that's Blackadder.
Yes.
The
that one.
Blackadder guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Black
Oh,
Adder
you know,
guy.
I watched.
We're different.
I
Only the
turned
third
on
season,
like the first episode of Blackadder, and I go, you know, I really don't like that show.
Well, each
There's
season
there's
was.
this medieval knights and all this English
there's
history
different-
stuff, and I don't give a shit.
Oh, you need to give it more time. That was a good
No,
show.
I watched
Oh,
almost
it-
the entire episode. It was like
The Baroque period
boring.
is the best. The
Each
Baroque and the
Each
Dwarven
season
period.
is different.
Yeah.
So
That's the
it
thing.
moves
The
ahead.
first-
So I
Brian,
could
you
jump
watched-
in the first episode of the next season to
Right.
see if that's better or different.
Brian, did
I
you-
thought
did you watch
I
the
thought the
first
third season with Dr. House as the idiot that they like are responsible like servants to.
The first season of Blackadder was really boring. I didn't like it. I know what you mean. The rest of it's pretty good though.
Okay, well, I'm
So
glad
try-
that you
try
guys
the
said
next
that because
season.
I would
Yeah.
have just
Yeah.
you know,
It's
wrote it off,
pretty,
period.
It's pretty funny to say, oh yeah, just watch the first episode of the next season. You don't really say that about any series, do you? Just watch the next season.
Like
it's
the
better.
the premise is that it's
Yeah.
different generations of the same
Yeah.
family. And it seems that with each generation the character gets smarter, but his social status declines.
Right. Well, in Schitt's Creek, if you don't, you know, it takes a while to get into those characters, and I don't think they really hit their stride until about the third season.
No, they didn't. The first season was good-ish for like 2 or 3 episodes, and then it kind of went, and then it kind of went
Yeah,
back
well,
up.
you
Episodes
you
are
you
pretty
learn what
decent.
they're about, right? And you learn right away that you're supposed to hate all of these people, but the writing is really good. And okay, it's very weird characters that they're playing, but they do a good job at that. Even Myra, who's just the weirdest person on the planet, you kind of like the work that she did on it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they turned them around. Well, the first part was the first season was how annoying they are,
Right,
and how
right,
obnoxious
exactly.
they are,
Yeah.
and how funny that is. And then it gets to the point of like we've beaten that joke to death. So it took season 2 to figure out what to do with them, and then season 3 they made them quirky and likable.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So you had to
Now that
suffer
I'm
through
into the
2 seasons
characters-
to get to the good part?
Season
I
1
mean,
is
it
good.
gets really good, and it just keeps
Season
getting
2
better.
is kind of and then season
By the
3
end of
starts to-
season 6, you go, wait a minute, this is the end of it? Damn it. You know, like
All
Grace and Frankie, we're waiting for the next series to come out. Come on, get it out already, right? You know, that's a good show from day one because they're all good actors.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they are.
You know, but come on, give me. I mean, Lily Tomlin even is like, holy shit, she's funny. Especially when she's going. She has the episode with against the city over the timing of the crosswalk. Oh, that is hilarious. That's probably almost the best episode. Because they get a bunch of old folks crossing the street. Well, it starts off, she's crossing the street. She gets about a third of the way across, and, you know, it flashes to, you know, okay, stop walking. So she's yelling out, retreat, retreat, retreat.
Oh,
And
God.
she's with the old lady that she's with, and they're backing up to start over again. And then they try again, retreat, retreat, retreat.
Of
Oh, it's
course,
hilarious.
yeah. Sounds like it.
Shoot, I just run. That's what I do. Play
No, but
Frogger.
these are old folks that can't run.
It's okay. People.
And then her ex-husband shows up. He's walking the dog across the street, going real slow, because now they're doing the timing, right? He starts to go real slow and chest puffed out and all this kind of stuff. And then there's this young lady that has a bunch of dogs that go by, and he and the dogs are flying across after the other dogs and this woman. It's hilarious. So they wreck the long timing that they were going for. No, I got to stop talking. It's just funny. It's hugely funny.
Well, anyways, on that note, we've reached the end of another episode. So it's that time again that we need to.
And we went 1 minute over since I got in 1 minute late.
Since you got 1 minute late, and we're gonna get ready. We're gonna raid another one of our regular raidees. That's Kathleen L is performing some music, and she's always great fun to watch. So stay tuned because we're gonna send you over there, and say hi. But we do need to make sure we've actually
it's Jake from
something.
State Farm is the ad I get.
Khakis. But anyways, what have we learned this week here? So Gothard, what have you learned this week?
I have learned this week that I have to be very careful when traveling through Bucksport because the Gimp is just around the corner.
And he's got a bike.
He was walking, but still.
And Brian, what have you learned this week?
I learned that what's the name of the town?
Bucksport.
So I have to avoid Bucksport because I don't even want to know who this Gimp guy is.
We will have
He'll
to.
talk your ear off.
Hey, they could be bestie skaters.
We need to educate you about the GIMP next week. And
So
Barnes,
are you gonna invite him to the show?
no, we have audio examples. We don't have to invite him.
Audio examples.
Audio examples. Barnes, what have you learned this week?
I learned that you should try playing Twister in a blow up hot tub, but body paint may not be the right thing to do at the same time.
And don't forget to set up cameras in. Where are you going to put it in the living room? I forget.
Yeah, living room. Sure, why not?
Living room and the basement below it.
And I've learned that people around here have found all kinds of different ways I could destroy my house, and they want to make sure I have a camera set up when I do it.
Well, yeah, you better record it.
This guy that blew up his backyard, if he didn't have a camera, what would we see?
Gators,
Nothing.
Gators,
Exactly.
think of the guy who set fire to the bush with the fireworks. That could be your house.
That could be.
And
all right.
that would be great show material for the next day, too.
So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and hit the raid button now, and we're going to raid with 2 whole people. So, yay!
1, 2.
And goodbye. Well, 2 people is 2 people, right?
Number. But
Oh, she's all
Grace,
stereo.
nice to meet you. Not Lizzie. Oh, geez. Hey, Johnny Gators is raiding. What's up? What's up? Another group in here.
All right.